So we're going to continue the discussion about the Edge-Hog Regulators. Hi folks, welcome back. We're going to continue talking about the HOG Regulators, and what you see in front of me is I've got the D2 and the D3 first stage. Both of these first stages are diaphragm style regulators, so they've got great performance. I've also got the classic second stage and the Zenith second stage here. Now, a lot of people ask what's the big difference between the D2 and the D3. Well, the most notable difference is the D3 has the turret, and that allows for a little bit more flexibility in your hose when you're wearing your rig, and just makes it a little bit more pleasant. The D2 has the fixed ports, and it comes in both the yoke style and the den style. The D3 also comes yoke and den. The big difference is that the D2 in the yoke style comes non-sealed, non-environmentally sealed. The D2 in the den comes environmentally sealed right out of the box. Now, you can request and upgrade the D2 yoke with the environmental seal if you want to, so it's not a problem to ask for that. The D3s, whether they're the yoke or the den, come environmentally sealed. And I have a lot of folks that talk to me about environmentally sealed, and I think there's maybe just a slight bit of misinformation out there about environmental sealing. Now, of course, the big thing is, up north where you're in colder water, then it helps with the freeze up of the first stage. One of the other things that you shouldn't forget about is when you're diving in salt water, it helps keep that salt water out of that upper port where your adjustability, your balance comes in. And it also, a lot of the public safety folks that use the HOG first stages and second stages are in some pretty rugged conditions where they're almost diving in mud, very soupy, very dirty water, and it helps keep that dirt out of that first stage also. So don't forget about that. Now, of course, when we look at our second stages, these are very similar. The biggest difference is in the covers. And of course, the purge cover on the Classic now has this beautiful silicone cover, easy to purge. And of course, the Zenith comes with a little stiffer front purge. So maybe if you're gonna be in a strong current, that sort of thing, then the stiffer purge cover and the more stylized Zenith might be a better selection for you. Now, both of these second stages are fully adjustable. We have braking pressure adjustability here, and also our Venturi lever over here. Now, I happen to dive these regulators. Of course, you would expect no less, but I dive and I've dove these regulators a long time. And one of the things that I really like about it is that if I swim into a current and I feel like I need a little bit more air, then I just reach up and roll my lever back, and it basically shoves the air down my throat. That may sound detrimental, but I have been personally in a rescue effort on a diver, and I really felt like I needed more air, and during the middle of this rescue, I was able to reach up and roll my Venturi lever back, and it really gave me all the air I needed in that emergency situation. So I've personally experienced the beauty of how well that these regulators breathe. Now, some folks have said, well, why don't you guys do a lot of advertising in the magazines? Well, those $10,000 or $15,000 pages have to be paid by somebody. And one of the things you're going to find out about Edge-Hog is that when we talk about value, value is based on quality and price. These regulators have been up against virtually everything in the world, and there's very, very, very little that equals, and very, very even less that exceeds the performance of these regulators. Think of it like this, is that if you look in a magazine and the magazine tells you the restaurant is really good, versus somebody, your friend, your neighbor, somebody that you know quite well tells you, they went to the restaurant and they thought it was incredible, which one are you going to believe? And I think we both would understand that if you want to know how good these regulators really are, is talk to the professionals that use them, talk to the divers that use them, talk to the dealers that represent our products, and I think you'll find out just how excellent these are. One of the things that makes a big difference for us is we really enjoy the feedback we get from you out there, and we really appreciate all of our subscribers. It's kind of tough sometimes to grow a small channel, but we've done extremely well. We've just gone over 11,000 views, and I can't thank you enough for sticking with us and recommending us to your friends and such, and we'll keep bringing you some good videos and product reports. So thanks again. I'm Bob Collins, and like I always say, dive safe.